Welcome to this edition of FPD Roll Call. I'm the host, Officer Steve Michael. On today's show, I'm going to have Officer Lori Mahn and Eddie, the Florissant Police Dog, talking about their new program, Eddie's Heroes. Also, I'm going to have Ellis and Pat Fitzwalter, who are passionate advocates about the heroin epidemic that is sweeping our country. And then I'm going to move on to the crime stats for February. I'm joined with Ellis and Patti Fitzwalter, who is part of the organization Walking for Wellness to Stop Heroin. They are passionate about stopping this epidemic we have all over the country, really, and in our backyard with heroin overdoses. Their lives have been touched personally, so they have a vested interest in stopping heroin. So with me, I have Patti and Ellis. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
First off, thank you for having us. We've got involved in this. In 2014, we lost our son to heroin overdose. For a year and a half or so, we sat silent, just like it seems like most people are. We were even ashamed to tell our story, what happened to our family. There is a terrible stigma that goes along with the heroin and opioid epidemic. But probably about a year and a half ago, read an article in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch about how the DEA was launching a program called Strategy 360 in the St. Louis area, which was one of four pilot cities that they were trying this program. And the primary reason they launched it in St. Louis was because of the amount of heroin and opioid problem we're having and the violence that's tied to it. When I saw that article, I immediately reached out to DEA and spoke with one of their special agents by the name of Karen Cato, and her and another officer that was currently detached to the DEA at the time, Juan Wilson, came out to our house and spoke to us for about 2 hours. We wanted to know how we could help. They in turn put us in touch with Guy Vinya, which is the founder of Walking for Wellness. She started this about 4 years ago when they lost their daughter to a heroin overdose. We told her we wanted to start a group in North County because, we're longtime residents in North County and we want to help our county. And we kicked our walks off last May in Ferguson, and we've walked in Ferguson, Hazelwood, Florissant, Blackjack. And we walk whether there's 1 or 100 joining us. We're just passionate about it. We need to break this silence and get this word out.
Yeah. So, and also the walks, when you do the walks, anybody can do these walks, right? So if there's, how long are the walks generally?
They're 2 miles, roughly.
Okay.
We walk 1 mile one way and then turn around and come back.
We try to keep them flat and easy.
Okay. And the response you're getting from the area, the Hazelwood, the Florissant, I mean, you're getting some response, right?
Yeah, Florissant's been good. Hazelwood's been pretty good. In Ferguson, like I said, we live right next to Ferguson. We live in Delwood, so that's kind of an area that we're really passionate about too. And we had an excellent response on May 25th of 2016 when we kicked our walks off. Okay.
And we have some more walks coming up for May?
Yeah, we now that it's starting to stay daylight a little bit longer, we're going to start on the 20th. We'll be walking every Thursday night at 6:15. We're walking the 20th and 27th of April here in Florissant. And then in May, we'll start our walks for a month in Ferguson.
Okay. And there's also a website. And do you guys have a Facebook page as well?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's www.facebook.com/StopHeroinNorthCo-Mo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of long, but
it's kind of a long name.
But that's right. Most people that do Facebook they know how to search.
Right.
They can just type in a keyword, and I'm sure
right.
it will come
Yeah.
up.
There's actually several of the Facebook pages. Facebook.com Stop Heroin is the founding one, which is where Guy started. But there's Stop Heroin Facebook pages. The group is in many of the states now. The parent website which, by the way, is where you can buy these shirts that you see us in, is www.stopheroin.org.
Okay. And your son's name was Michael, and you're walking for Michael.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Obviously, this is a huge epidemic, and we want to get the word out. Is there one thing that maybe I haven't hit on, or one thing that you're thinking of that we just need some help with?
We need involvement. We need the entire community to get together on this, because we can't fight it alone. We have to have everyone involved. And the more awareness we spread, the more we are seen and the more we are visible, the more conversations we're going to spark between people, between kids and parents, between friends. And perhaps maybe we could get someone thinking about it and decide maybe not even to touch this stuff for the first time, because the first time, if you take it the first time, if it doesn't kill you, it will begin to drag you through a hell that you never could have imagined. So we're trying to prevent people from even beginning this. We also try to guide people towards treatment who are already in this mess. You know, we've got information, brochures we can give them, phone numbers, things like that, you know. But what our main goal is to spread awareness and to just get people to think before even doing it the first time.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate that the heroin problem is a large, very, very large problem that needs to be addressed, and it's good to know that there's people out there advocating. Unfortunately, it took something devastating to bring it to light to you guys. But as far as with the St. Charles County trying to get it, also trying to get it over here into Florissant area, so that's great. And if you guys are interested in any of these walks, you can contact me at the police department, or check out their Facebook page or the website Stop Heroin. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, anybody can walk. Anybody can join us. The walks are easy. We try to keep them as easy and flat as we can. You can purchase the shirts if you want. We even if you don't want to do that, we have signs, Stop Heroin signs you can carry. But yeah, and anybody and everyone is welcome to join us.
Prescription medication plays a role in this as well, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. In fact, about 75 to 80% of heroin addicts begin by using prescription pain medication. Prescription opiates are everywhere. Unfortunately, they have been totally mishandled by the medical industry, and they are very dangerous. They're very addictive, and for the addict brain, which processes opiates differently than people who aren't addicts, sometimes they can get addicted the first time they take it. So this happens if there's an injury, if there's a severe illness, if there's wisdom teeth cut out. They give you these pain meds. They just give you hundreds of them, you know, and so our medicine cabinets are filled with these. And two things here. First, I want to say to people, if you have an injury or an illness or something and that you need help with pain for, ask your doctor if there's an alternative that you can take. Ask if this is addictive. Ask questions. Be active in this. Be proactive in your care. Ask your doctor if there's something else you can take that is not addictive. Also, if you have these sitting around in your medicine cabinets and they're not being used, you have to get rid of them, because people out there, and there's a lot of people now that are using and addicted to these opiates, they go looking for these things in people's medicine cabinets, friend's house, a relative's house. They break into your house looking for them. So if you can get rid of them, that'd be great. Your local police departments, the DEA, Walking for Wellness, we have what we call deterra bags, and the NCADA also has them, which is where we get ours from. What these are is it's a bag, and you can put your your pain meds or other, even not just pain meds, but like Xanax and anxiety medications, they're dangerous too. You can put them in the bag and add a little bit of water and then safely dispose of it in your trash. And you can get a hold of these bags, like call your local police department, call the Florissant Police Department, they can hook you up. Call us, come see us at our walks, and we have them with us.
We have them with us.
We keep them with us at our walks. Every Thursday night we're going to begin walking again, now that the weather's warmed up, and we'll have them with us. But there's a direct link between the pain meds and the heroin, and I kind of, this is unprecedented what's happening right now. We've never ever seen in the history of our country an epidemic like this. And I kind of think of it as like a perfect storm. I think of it on one end, we have the inflow of the prescription medications in every household in America. Then on this hand, we have a lot of kids these days, for whatever reason, are being diagnosed with ADHD and bipolar and oppositional defiant disorder and God knows what else. And we've got these problems going on. Anxiety is a big issue with people. Then we have the Mexican drug cartels flushing the heroin into our country because they want a piece of it. They know they're making billions and billions of dollars off of this. And that's why they're lacing it with fentanyl to make it even more attractive, and so it's kind of all of these things rolling together right now that's making this a perfect storm and making this an epidemic. Mm-hmm. And we have to make people aware of the connection between heroin and prescription pain medicines. You have to be proactive in your health care, and you have to make sure that this stuff isn't available and isn't to where your kids can get a hold of it. Yeah. Or anybody that shouldn't be getting it.
Well, that's a lot of good.
Lock it up. Yeah. If you take it and you have to use it and you're being responsible, that's fine. That's fine. But lock it up. Yeah. If you have some kind of a safe, something, a drawer that locks, lock it up.
Yeah, that's a lot of good information. I also want to reiterate that Florissant Police Department has a drug disposal container in our lobby, which our lobby's open 24/7, and you can just come in and dispose of it. Yeah. So that's a good tip as well. So, well, we look forward to seeing you out there on some of the walks. Thank you for the information.
All right.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you having us here.
All right.
Protect your family. Go to mo.gov/cyber. Your information lives online as much as you do.
Hi, welcome back to this edition of FPD Roll Call. Today we're going to be talking to Officer Lori Mahn and Eddie the Florissant police dog. Officer Mahn has created a new program called Eddie's Heroes. It's a pretty neat program that's going to really involve the community and really recognize some people throughout the community. And Lori, can you tell me a little bit about what Eddie's Heroes program is?
Eddie's Hero, I came up with the idea about 20 years ago when I was teaching DARE, and one of the kids was talking, was one of the really good kids that goes above and beyond to help in the community. And she was talking about there's so many awards except for the kids that, the good kids that are doing all the right things get ignored. And that's what we're trying, it always stuck with me, and that's what we're trying to focus on. Dogs are well known for unconditional love and just bringing so much to the community.
So Eddie's Heroes, so basically what the program is you're going to be having people that are doing the right thing or doing noticeable things, and then they're going to be rewarded or acknowledged somehow through the program with one of these Eddie's Heroes medals?
Correct.
Okay.
And what we're looking for, it actually started, and our main focus is on kids, but we didn't want to leave out adults because we work with Valley Industries, and there's a lot of adults, but the bar for adults is going to be higher. However, there's so many wonderful kids with working with these safety classes in the schools. I've met all these wonderful kids that are kind, generous, just great kids that go out of their way doing for people, maybe helping their neighbor, and I think it's a way of recognizing our great community. We have so many wonderful people out there, so many wonderful kids, and it's for those that go above and beyond, helping their neighbors, helping in the community, keeping our city great.
So for instance, say a youngster maybe takes care of his elderly neighbor and goes and cuts the yard, and then for that neighbor, that would be an example?
That's a great example.
Okay.
Right. It's
Okay.
it's the betterment of our community, and it's these kids that are forgotten, the kids that have a good heart, a loving spirit, but go above and beyond.
Okay. And then so are we thinking about, how are you thinking about as far as an acknowledgement? Is this going to be something maybe the city is going to do at a council meeting, or maybe at the police department?
What we want to do is give out Eddie's medal, which is Eddie's Heroes. And to make the submission, you would write a letter with your information so we can contact you, plus the person that you're acknowledging that's a hero. And what we want to do is, we don't know how many we're going to get. We just started the program. It's immediately effective. And when we get the submissions, depending on how many we get, we may have to limit those, but we want to give the award, which is Eddie's Heroes. And we want to give that award at a council meeting and get these people recognition for doing the right thing.
And when they submit it, what do they need to do? How do they do that?
If they write a letter with, like I said, their information and whoever they're submitting submission, and send it to the police department under Eddie's
Eddie wants
Hero.
you to shake his hand right now. That's what it looks like.
Eddie wants his chest rubbed.
So you can submit it, send it to the police department, write the letter, submit it to the police department.
Marked Eddie's Heroes.
Attention Eddie's Heroes, and then that
Correct.
will go to you, and they'll get
Right.
read, and
Right.
hopefully the people can get acknowledged. Okay.
Right.
So ultimately, what the goal is you want to bring the public closer,
Right.
And you want public recognition through Eddie and through Eddie's Heroes to recognize good deeds, acts of kindness, or overall good deeds that the citizens of the community, including the kids, and if there's some adults as well. So that's the idea and the goal, and it is active now. So we are taking accepting letters of
Correct.
submission right now. Okay, good. Has any medals been awarded as of yet?
Not yet. We haven't started. We're waiting for letters. I've given it to a couple of schools. Come on, Eddie's misbehaving. I've given it to a couple schools where we do a dog safety program, and with the dog safety program, I always accent, this is a little off, but I accent most police dogs look like Eddie, but most police dogs you cannot pet. You cannot.
That leads me into my next question. So, dog safety, you do some things with dog safety, being that
Right.
Eddie is a community dog and he's very nice. However, some police canines are not. You do not want to approach them unless their handler agrees to that.
Correct.
Unlike Eddie. Eddie
Right.
is a community dog.
Right.
Do you want to talk a little bit about some dog safety stuff that you do?
The dog safety is mainly on how to approach dogs, letting them ask the owner first. The most important thing, if you can pet the dog, let him smell you using your fist. And then to pet him on the chest or under the chin. Oh, sit. Hey.
Eddie's getting a little restless.
Yeah, Eddie's.
So overall, the dog safety, we don't want to approach any dog. Eddie obviously is a nice, friendly
Right.
police dog.
And I don't train him for any bite, anything that would make him aggressive, where most police dogs are taught to bite. So it's not anything you want your children running up to.
So we want to reiterate that you don't approach any police dog unless the handler calls you forward. Okay,
Right.
so once again, we can send those submissions. Once again, we can send those submissions to
Florissant Police
Florissant
Department,
Police Department.
1700 North Highway 67, Florissant 63033, labeled Eddie's Heroes.
Labels Eddie's Heroes. Okay, well, thanks a lot, and thanks, Eddie, for stopping by. And now stay tuned for more of FPD Roll Call.
This is my story.
I can be anything I want to be.
An actress.
A musician. An athlete.
A cheerleader. An artist.
You can be anything you want to be, so why would you choose to drink and drive?
Welcome back to this edition of FPD Roll Call. I'm going to go over the February 2017 crime report. There were 2 robberies reported, one on February 5th in the 100 block of Dunn Road, one on February 20th in the 300 block of Howder Shell. There were 6 burglaries during the month of February. On February 1st in the 3200 block of Cross Keys, February 8th, 500 block of Marichal, again on February 8th, 200 block of Broccoli, February 9th, the 12,000 block of New Halls Ferry, February 16th, 200 block of DeBourg, and February 22nd, 700 block of Mescalero. There were a total of 8 motor vehicle thefts during the month of February. On February 10th, 1,000 block of Wycombe. Again on February 10th, 40 La Havre. February 14th, 2,000 block of Granada. Again on February 14th, 700 block of Charbonnier. February 16th, 700 block of North Highway 67. February 22nd, 95 Broadmere. February 23rd, the 2200 block of North Waterford. And February 27th, 2100 block of North Highway 67. There were a total of 67 stealings during the month of February. Those include 39 shopliftings, 6 stealings from motor vehicle, 5 motor vehicle parts. We had 3 stealings from a building, and 13 miscellaneous. We did have 1 purse snatching. There were a total of 17 property damages during the month of February. I just want to remind everybody that if you see something suspicious, to report it. You can call our non-emergency number at 831-7000, or if it is an emergency, you can dial 911. Also, if you have that gut feeling that something isn't right, it probably is not. Just to go ahead and call, give the police a reason to stop and check that person that you believe is suspicious. Chances are they are suspicious. If you haven't seen them throughout your neighborhood, that's a good chance that if you don't recognize them or you don't know them, it's probably somebody that we need to talk to. Also, I want to reiterate our Neighborhood Watch program. Our Neighborhood Watch program is really, really up and coming. We have over 500 members in our Neighborhood Watch program. The benefit of joining our Neighborhood Watch program is once you're a member, we'll send out weekly notables, a notable crime activity that's happened throughout the city and the neighborhoods. So that's one of the benefits, and you can really, really keep looking out the windows and keep an eye on your community. Just taking that extra step to help your community be a little bit safer and really help the police department with your eyes and ears, because that's what we need. We need more help. We need more eyes and ears out there throughout the city. This concludes this edition of FPD Roll Call. I'm Steve Michael, and thanks for watching.